Good afternoon, keepers of the cash. Gary B, the casual comic guy here, and we are here with Savage Saturday Comic Review 32. And today, what we're reviewing is Conan the Barbarian Annual Number 2. And the reason we're reviewing this one is it's a classic adaptation of one of the quintessential Conan tales told by Robert E. Howard. And it's also a great adaptation by Roy Thomas. And you guys know what I think of Roy Thomas, that's no secret. His adaptations are the best, they're true to the original. But this story would never be if it weren't for a story that was written before it. And that's a story called By This Axe I Rule by Robert E. Howard, which was a King Cole story. And this story was submitted in 1929 to Argosy and Adventure, two different pulp magazines in 1929, and rejected by both, amazingly enough. And it didn't see publication, I think, until 1967 by Lancer Press, and collected short stories of King Cole. So just amazing, right? And the King Cole story is great. Now, there's very many similarities between this story and the Cole one, obviously, because this was a rewritten story for Conan after the Cole one got rejected in 1929. So Howard reworked this story. He added elements of dark fantasy, horror, and magic to it that weren't there before, and changed a couple things, while largely the story stayed the same, with the same central themes, and just absolutely fantastic. This saw publication in Weird Tales in 1932, and now we have this adaptation by Roy Thomas, which was just absolutely fantastic. And this was in this adaptation's in 1976. And like I said, Roy Thomas knocks everything out of the park. His adaptations are just so spot on, so amazing, and so true to the originals. And when you read them, it's just hard not to marvel at how well and how adept he was at adapting source material into comic form. So we got a cover by Rich Buckler, great cover again, and cover inks by Dan Adkins. Now inside, the majority of the art is by Vicente Alcazar, and the first 3 pages, which are a prologue, are by John Buscema. And then it's Vicente Alcazar, and he takes it over. All right, and you have interior inks by Young Montana. So just a really good adaptation with great artist, great writer, obviously, and just premier talent on it. And another claim to fame for this annual is it's the first full appearance of Tatheman, who is one of the just biggest adversaries of Conan. And he didn't have many long-lasting adversaries, but Tatheman was one of them. So this is his first full appearance. I think it's his first cameo appearance. And I'm old, so my memory's fading. Now, it's either 14 or 15 of Conan the Barbarian, the one with Elric. Both of those had Elric, but I believe it was 14, which was the first cameo appearance. Varangian Thorson, if I'm wrong, please correct me below, buddy. I'm old, I'm having memory issues at the moment. But anyway, this story has it all. And I made notes because this is such an essential Conan tale that you don't want to mess up anything on it. It really is one of the backbone tales told by Howard that just sets a tone for Conan and who he is. And this is a Conan, a middle-aged Conan, who is now ruler of Aquilonia after overthrowing King Numidides and taking over the crown. And it's just fantastic. So you have a classic tale of betrayal, plots against King Conan of Aquilonia. You have a nightmare beast from hell, and you have a plotting wizard and ancient evil. Now that's a lot in one tale, and it's all woven together beautifully. So I like what this story highlights, right? And one thing that it highlights is Conan's indomitable will to survive, the kind of king he is, where he is taking into account his subjects and what's best for them. He rules with his heart and his mind, and Conan is not a stupid man. And it also highlights his longings for adventure with a sword in hand. Uh, Conan, the labors of being king and all the politics weigh him down more than any sword adventure ever did. And, and it's discussed in this issue. And also, Conan's ability to just follow the plot of whatever's set against him. Conan always finds a way. His indomitable will to survive is one of the biggest attributes of this character, as well as his ability to read whatever environments he's in and the people around him. Conan is a survivor through and through, and he is a smart, calculating survivor, but he's also just good off the cuff, where he's got to count on his battle skills and his fierceness and savagery to survive. And all that is highlighted in this tale. So who are the players, right? We have Conan himself. We have Tathiman, like I said, his first full appearance. We have Ascalante, a guy that was banished by Conan, who is now set in motions the plans to kill him and overthrow him and put another ruler in his place, who he will then betray and take over from him as well. So there's a lot in play here, a lot of political drama. And Ascalante has 4 people working for him, referred to as the Rebel Four. You have Omana, who is a Count of Caravan. You have Graumo, who is a commander of the Black Legion. You have Dion, who is this obese baron what is the name of that? Of Attalus. And then you have Ronaldo, who is a poet and a minstrel. And there's like I said, this is an adaptation by Robert E. Howard from another story that he had wrote that was a Cull story. And this is in turn is an adaptation of the adaptation by Roy Thomas. I know, we're getting there, right? But the similarities are great. So this Redondo character, who is a poet and a minstrel, is an exact copy of the King Cull character, Redondo. I know, not a lot of difference in the names, who was his court poet and minstrel. And, they're always looking to question those in command. And the similarities are here on purpose. And it's even brought up in the story itself, how history seems to repeat itself almost exactly. And you're seeing the parallels of Cull and Conan throughout this story. And it's just a great tale. But also, with Ascalante, he has the great and evil wizard, Tathiman, as his slave. And the only reason he's able to do this is because Tathiman lost his ring of power, a serpent ring, which connects him with Set, who he worships and draws his power from. And he needs that ring back. And until then, he is beholden to Ascalante against his will. Ascalante has checks in place, but he doesn't count on the cunning and the brutality of the wizard Tathiman, who throughout the story actually gets this ring back and summons a hell beast to wipe out Ascalante and all associated with him. And when this beast is set loose, Conan is unfortunately in the middle of the assassination attempt on his life by Ascalante and the other guys when the hell beast shows up, and he's also got to fight that. And you're going to be seeing all the pictures I put over here and just the brutality of this beast, who just picks up Ascalante, snaps his neck and back in one motion, and it's just a great panel showing the brutality of the age. And I'm going to show you some of the panels too of just Conan in battle and the fierceness of his spirit when it's depicted the way it should be depicted, when it's right. Vicente Alcazar did an outstanding job on this issue. The art is fantastic. The story told is amazing. And one panel after another panel after another panel, it's just giving you Bronze Age goodness, which you can just take in with your eyes and enjoy. It's just amazing. The conclusion is an A+. and it leaves Takuman free and out in the wild to battle Conan another day, because he wasn't the main focus of this story, but this is definitely setting him up to be a bigger threat later. So let's go through my grading, right? So we got the cover art by Rich Buckler. Again, we're going to give the cover art, that's an A++ all around. You got Conan in battle with a Hellbeast with Takuman in the background. Can't go wrong. The inks by Dan Adkins are great. They enhance the art of Rich Buckler. And I'm tripping over my words. Interior art. The first 3 pages by John Buscema are amazing, and they really give you a feast for the eyes and draw you right into the tale that they're about to tell. And then, more than capably taken over by Vicente Alcazar, who's just a fun name to say. It just really flows. It's great. And his art is really respectful of what's come before it, while also being his own. And his take on Conan I found to be absolutely amazing. Now, if you're a Conan fan, this is a story that you've read over and over and over again. Because like I said, it's one of the essential Conan tales. And it's also, in its original form, by this axe I rule, one of the essential cult tales. You can't read them enough. They're just that good and that well told. And the fact that they would ever be rejected blows my mind, but it happened. But I'm thankful for the rejection, because we wouldn't have got the Phoenix on the sword if not for the rejection of By This Axe I Rule. So the plot is intricate, the plot is fun, and it's never overabundant. It's exactly what it needs to be, and I'm going to give the plot an A++ as well. Like I said, the art, cover and interior A++. The inks are done really well. Young Montana does a great job inking Vicente Alcazar, as Dan Adkins did inking Rich Buckler. In a conclusion, as I said, A++. This is an A++ issue all around. Absolutely adore this story. Love this adaptation. Love the original. And at the end of the day, if you're even thinking of reading a Conan tale, this should be on your must-reads list. Not only the Robert E. Howard original, but this Conan the Barbarian Annual Issue 2, as adapted by Roy Thomas and team. It's got to be on one of your must-reads if you're a Conan fan. This is just one of those most essential tales that you can't go without reading if you're a fan of the material at all. But that's all I got for you this week, guys. I hope you enjoyed this review. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you've read it. Let me know if you've read By This Axe I Rule, the call story. Both are fantastic. And until next time, keep it casual.